Alright, guys, we're back. We had to take a quick little pee break because, Fabian got a tiny bladder.
I got a baby bladder, man. It's like I was telling this guy last night, man. We were playing some DMZ, and I was like, I tell him, man, like, dude, I don't even have a backpack. I got a pack. I have a baby pack, man. I got a baby pack, man. Fucked up, man.
Was it a catheter?
Yeah, dude. I was probably one of them pee bags.
There's a word for it. I can't remember what it is.
I don't know, dude.
Colostomy bag?
No, that's for when you... Okay, so it's funny you bring that up. So when I was a kid, my grandmother used to tell me all the time, she's like, if you don't eat your greens, you're going to get colon cancer. And you have to poop out of a bag. She shows pictures. Like people fucking with that shit sticking up their...
That's a torture shit.
Yeah, my grandma was like, if you don't eat your greens, you're gonna poop in the bag. You want to get to poop out your butt, you're going to poop out the bag on the side. I'm like... I don't want to poop like that. That's how she got me to eat my greens.
The green beans out. Dude, I had to get a catheter once.
Oh.
And it's because my kidney had a hernia on it. And they said if I would have waited any longer, my kidney would have exploded in my body.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And I would have died.
Fuck no, dude. That's
I could just imagine because my appendix exploded. And that was painful. That was fucking painful. Like, I remember, backstory to that. I remember going to the doctor. Dude, like, they had to drag my ass to the hospital. Like, it was my aunt and uncle. They had to drag me because I was like, no, I'm fine. I just ate something bad. It's just food poisoning. I'm good. I'm fucking good. I got this shit. I'm fine. But, bro, like, 3 days, I'm like, fuck! It fucking hurts! I want to stop! I was fucking in so much pain. They took me to the hospital. The bitch fucking gave me, like, was it morphine or some shit to numb the pain? It didn't do shit.
Yeah.
It didn't do a goddamn thing. I still felt that shit. I was still like, fucking fighting that shit. They had to, like, strap me down and then give me more. And I was still like, they had to put, like, a garter in my mouth because they're afraid I was going to bite my own tongue so hard.
God
and I was
damn,
like,
dude.
And they did a fucking CAT scan. They're like, oh, yeah, we need to do surgery now. And, like, yeah, my appendix just full-on fucking exploded.
That's crazy.
But they said, like, for a man, that is the closest you can get to a all-natural birth.
Dude, that's crazy because they say, from my understanding, if your appendix bursts, like, you have, like, maybe a few hours.
Yeah.
And you'll die.
Yeah.
Because, like, your appendix carries, like, all the toxic shit. All the extra toxins, like, in your body that you don't need, it carries inside.
How they were explaining to me is those couple of days leading up, it was, like, slowly rupturing, like, just building up so much pressure. And then, like, they said that when they did the CAT scan and shit like that, they said it maybe had been busted for, like, an hour. But, yeah, they had to go through and, like, suction out all that shit.
Oh, fuck, dude.
But crazy thing, though, it happened to Chad, it happened to me, and it happened to my grandma.
God damn, bro.
But it's not genetic. It just randomly
Yo,
happens.
it just happens. Yeah.
It just happens.
Yeah.
There was this guy that I knew that went to Mexico to get his stomach, I guess, smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and well, they ended up puncturing it and leaking a lot of stomach acids. So they had to clean all of his stuff out.
Oh.
And even after that, he ended up getting gangrene.
God damn!
And he ended up having to go to the hospital here in the States. And they had to get him cleaned out. And then he got something else. They had to open him up back again, clean it back out. And finally, he started healing correctly.
Yeah, just don't go to Mexico. This is the moral of the story. Don't go to Mexico for medical procedures.
With that being said, let's take a shot.
Yeah, right? Shit.
To good health, man.
Hey,
good health.
To good health, and the homies aren't here. Oh my. That's not fair.
It's crazy how that tastes.
That's not fair, dude.
I'm sorry for
this is like,
dude. It's like if you warm up peanut butter in the microwave and just eat it warm.
Dude, this is like the hammer and sickle of whiskey.
Yeah, if you like peanut butter, some people.
Oh, if you like peanut butter, yeah. But dude, Jesus fuck.
That's so good.
No burn.
No
burn. Just straight peanut butter.
That's tasty.
It is. And then I'm gonna
have a fart.
I'm still finishing up mine.
Yeah, goddamn, bro. I'm already on my second one.
Yeah, I think I'm done with mine.
Dude, I never drank as much as I did when I was in the Marine Corps.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody does.
Well, yeah, no, because I remember drinking Well, I drank an equivalent amount when I got out of the Marine Corps, probably for like a year to 2 years. Actually, I wound up getting into a fight with one of our friends, David, at one of my friend Morgana. My friend Morgana was at one of her birthday or her Christmas party, and I put a hole in the wall.
Oh damn!
It was an accident. So David, he knows. David gets a little crazy when he drinks.
When I love David. David, I love you, buddy. But when he drinks, he has a god complex.
Yeah. So
he's a gym rat. I give him that. He's a gym rat.
Yeah.
He works out a lot.
He's more ripped. He's more ripped than me, 100%.
Yeah. But he has a god complex.
So this is what happened. All right. So I'm sitting there drinking. Right. I'm chatting up this girl. Right. I'm like, yo, I'm getting some pussy tonight. I'm getting some pussy tonight. This girl wants the dick, right? So, all right, so we're sitting there chilling, right? I'm sitting there talking to this girl. I'm talking like 2 or 3 people, right? We're just sitting there talking, and at that, I mean, even where I'm at,
trying to get a quintuple going.
Well, I'm not trying to have a devil's threesome. I'm trying to take this bitch home by myself. But I mean, if she wanted it, whatever, I would have been down with it. But the whole thing was, I wasn't really comfortable talking about a bunch of shit. I mean, I'm still not comfortable talking about a bunch of shit that I went through in the Marine Corps. I'm mostly talk about training stuff and stuff like that, but I don't really talk about a bunch that I went through. Unless I'm stupid fucking drunk. I don't like.
I have noticed that.
I don't like to get that way. I tend to cry a lot. But so I'm sitting there drinking my beer, and David comes in, and he's partying. We're all partying. We're all getting crazy, right? And this is actually a party Rod was at.
Oh, Rod Toys.
Yeah, Rod. Yeah, Rod was there at this party. Because I remember I took Morgana's headband and I put it on. It had like a little bow and shit. So I'm like fucking bald-headed. I'm just like fucking bow. I'm just like, yeah, what's up, bitch? I'm fucking fabulous, ho. So I'm all fucked up. And so I'm sitting there talking to this girl. I had my beer in my hand. And David comes up. He's just like, man, fuck you, man. You weren't no fucking Marine. I was like, bitch, fuck you. You better get the fuck out of my fucking face. So he fucking knocks my beer out of my hand. I was like, man, fuck you, motherfucker. Well, I fucking picked him up. I speared his ass. I picked him up and I was like, you fucking stupid bitch. So I was trying not to hit him in the face. I was like, I started fucking hitting him in the ribs, right? So I was like, man, fucking stupid bitch. He's like, get the fuck off me. I was like, man, fuck you. Start fucking hitting him. And then one of Morgana's cousins got on my back. So I'm thinking someone's trying to help him. So I start fucking throwing elbows, right? Grab that motherfucker. Boom! Hit him on the fucking wall. Boom! Hit him one more time. I get back on top of fucking David. Start fucking hitting him. My boy Ellis is there. He's like, hey, Sanchez, calm down. Fucking grabs me. Fucking puts me in a chokehold. I'm like, you fucking bitch, get off me! Right? Fucking knocked down this fucking wine. So we got fucking wine all over her carpet. It's all over us and shit. I'm like, bitch! Boom! 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 Fucking throwing elbows in his ribs. She's like, fuck! Shit! Stop! God damn it! I'm like, get off of me! Dave was all fucked up. He fucking leaves because I'm done at that point. I fucking clear out the whole party, dude. Everyone's like, okay, it's time to go. Then my boy Dallas shows up because David's his brother. Dallas shows up. He's trying to fight. I'm like, man, fuck that motherfucker. He fucking started that fucking shit. Dallas like, fuck you, bitch. Let's fucking fight. Like, let's go, motherfucker. Dallas like, no, you don't need to fucking fight. Man, that whole fucking thing wound up turning into a whole fucking thing. My boy Alice is like, dude, if you hadn't been drunk, you probably would have fucked me up. I was like, man, you're probably right. Because he caught me off guard, dude. Because I was just concentrating on David. Because the fact that he's like, fuck you, you're not a Marine. I was like, man, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
Man, fuck you, bitch. Yeah, and David's never served in the military, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's just a gym rat. That's all he is.
That would have pissed me off.
Oh, dude, hey, I'm fresh out the Marine Corps at that point. I'm like, man, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
You got that boot mentality.
Yeah, dude. I got
do or die!
But, yeah, I got not even a fucking boot, dude. By this point, salt dog mentality. I'm like, fuck you, bitch.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Man, fuck you, dude.
You were already in the fleet.
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, I was already out of the Marine Corps. I was already out of the Marine Corps.
Out.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was out. I had already gone to see the VA. Like, I just got my VA rating.
Oh, so you already been through.
Yeah, I'd have been through my shit, and that's when he was like, fucking, you ain't no fucking Marine. Slapped my beer up my hand. I was like, Lord,
Spear knife hand.
Lord, please don't let me fucking kill this motherfucker. And then after that, dude, that was it, dude. It pissed me off so much. Yeah.
Well, like, I'm a civilian, but I get fucking mad when people do that whole stolen valor thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get pissed off.
Yeah.
God.
Dude, so like I have friends who are like how I am. They're like, hey, so where'd you serve? I'm like, bro, no, I've never served. I wish I wanted to, but I stopped myself from serving. Out of a stupid fucking decision. I wish I would have fucking served. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. I'm like, but I will never take that fucking honor away from the guys who have served. I have plenty of friends who have served, and they deserve that respect. Like, I'm just a gun nut.
Yeah.
I'm just paranoid.
Yeah.
I'm just a gun nut and paranoid.
As you can tell.
That's not even all of it. Yeah, not all of it. Not even close. Anyways, so I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not in the military. I wish I was, but like, I have plenty of friends who do that. Like, and like when Fabian said, there's stuff that he doesn't talk about. I've never asked him to tell me, hey, what was it like, bro? This and that. When he wants to share, he'll share. I'll let him do it on his own. Like everybody who's ever been on the show, who he invites, oh yeah, he was a Marine too, or he was Army or whatever, blah blah. I'll never ask you, hey, so what was it like to kill a man? No, it's your business. If you want to fucking tell it, you tell it.
No.
We can all have some drinks. We can all laugh. I will love to listen to your stories. Who was it? They're talking about how they used to watch porn and boot and shit.
Oh, yeah, my boy Jonathan, right?
Yeah.
Talking about how he's talking about when they were married.
It was like for a solid hour, and I'm just sitting here like, this is so fascinating.
Because I remember being in the barracks and like fucking like sitting there, dude, dude, who do you want to throw on now? Like Sasha Grey, you want to throw on some like Alexis Texas, dude? Yo, let's watch Jada Fire, bro. I'm trying to see some. I got a little bit of Jungle Fever, bro. Let's go. I'm trying to get it right. And then you got Homeboy over here in the like right in the fucking like right next door, fucking another fucking girl in the bed, and we're sitting there watching porn. So he's sitting there talking about how they used to have somebody put on the headphones. And they would say, like, everything in, like, monotone. To be like, oh, yeah, fuck me hard. Daddy. Oh, yes, daddy. Yes, come in my pussy. Oh, yes, fuck me so hard. So I was like, dude, why did we never have this, like, oh, that would have been amazing, right? So we're sitting there watching the porn. Fucking sitting there, you can hear it in your head. But then it's monotone. Like, yes. Fuck me, daddy. Fuck me, daddy. Yes, come in my pussy. Put it all over my face. I'm a dirty whore. So he's sitting there telling me about their fucking shit, right? Because he was, he had gone in infantry also. But we're sitting there fucking talking about all these fucking times, you know what I'm saying? But again, a lot of it's really lighthearted shit and all, stateside stuff. And, you know what I'm saying? It was just fucking funny, dude. It's fucking funny shit. Yeah. It's funny fucking shit. I just can't believe we never really thought about that. You know what I'm saying? But I remember hearing about different stuff. You know what I'm saying? I had a corporal as this roommate, and he was in Okinawa. And he was talking about how this one motherfucker, dude, fucked up bad. He was, I'm talking, couple hours late for formation. So they go check on this motherfucker, right, dude? Room is fucking covered in just like empty bottles of Captain Morgan. So dude's on the third deck. They take all these bottles and smash them on the ground, all the way down the stairs, all the way down on the first deck. Make him low crawl through that fucking glass. They make him low crawl through that shit. And they ask him. Then they take him to the doc. Doc's like, what the fuck happened? What the fuck? Oh, he fell down some stairs. They're like, hey motherfucker, is that what happened? He's like, yeah. Yeah, I fell down some stairs. I was shaving and I slipped with my razor.
Golly. I was juggling it.
So I remember fucking hearing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a whole different thing.
So you went back to what you wanted to do.
Yeah. So all right. So I like to try to interview people. When we're on the podcast. So all right. So. We'll start with who you are. Go ahead. Your first name. Who are you? How do you know me?
My name is Tiberias. I went to high school with this guy.
Unfortunately.
Lubbock High. Lubbock High my junior, sophomore, senior year. Monterey my freshman year.
Yeah. So.
I got kicked out of Monterey.
Yeah, well, that was like the prep school.
Well, it's crazy because the guy who I got kicked out of Monterey for fighting died from COVID like 2 years ago.
Damn, bro.
Chris Soto. You remember Chris Soto?
Yeah.
Yeah, he died from COVID.
What? Dude.
They put him on a ventilator and he ended up passing away.
Dude, I didn't know that.
I got the scar from when I punched him in the mouth. He tried to punch me and I ducked underneath and I came over. And I ended up hitting him in the mouth. His top tooth went through the bottom of his lip and ended up going into my pinky.
Oh, fuck, bro.
But
so, goddamn, really?
yeah, Chris Soto, he ended up passing away.
You know, it's crazy because I remember when they were doing the whole high school reunion thing. I don't know if you remember this girl. Her name was Jenny Valdez. Really small, cute girl, dude. She was hella nice to everyone. Mm-hmm. She wound up passing from her brain aneurysm. Mm. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? We're 30, dude.
Yeah, I'll be 30 February 4th.
Dude, how does that happen? And I remember asking my
brain
girl.
Aneurysm.
Yeah, she's like, my girl, she's gonna be a molecular pathologist, right? But blood and shit, all the science stuff or whatever, right? She's super smart. She's way smarter than me. Yeah. In a couple, there has to be one smart person, one like moderately kind of stupid person.
For it to work at least.
Right. So I'm definitely on the lower end of moderately fucking stupid. She's definitely on the higher end of being intelligent. So
well, the higher intelligence she is, the more you get to climb up.
Yeah, anyway, I'm right there. I'm holding on the fucking coattail, man. I'm fucking right there. Like, hey, baby, I'm right here. So, yeah, man. So this motherfucker, dude. I remember hanging out and dude, you remember Master Chief, that old crusty fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, super fucking. Master Chief was cool, man. I was just like an angsty fucking teen. I was a dick, man.
Holding your bearing while his comb over is like flying in the air.
Yo, he's that white person that has like all this hair on the side, but it's like little pieces of hair. So if it was windy outside, looking like a little fucking side fucking faux hawk type of shit.
Dude, there was a guy that I had saw in the Chow Hall in Marine Corps.
Yeah.
And he had that same thing, but his was like prominent.
God damn.
Like his hair had to be like straightened.
Yeah?
Over the top of his head.
Dude, my entire time in the Marine Corps, I straight up until I was getting out, I rocked straight up recruit haircut. I was like, fuck this, I'm not paying for a haircut. So I went and bought it fucking... Right, yeah. My homeboy Say Child, that motherfucker went further. He did this, and then he fucking got like fucking shaving cream. Straight razor. Fucking straight razor to shit. I'm like, Say Child, you're Asian, bro. You can't be a skinhead. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Your fucking mom's gonna be ashamed of you, bro. What the fuck? You can't go back?
Do you even know what that represents?
Yeah, what the fuck, man? You told me about this shit, bro. God damn it, you can't be fucking God, man. Oh, man. But, so, I want to try and do this whole, like, process of interviewing. We're not very good at it. We get off topic.
Oh yeah. So as you can clearly tell, we've been off topic the whole fucking time.
So
they know we go off topic all the fucking time.
You met me in high school. All right. So we went through our RTC. We went down our different walks of life. So you chose the Marine Corps. Just like I did. Why?
Well, for one, I was trying to get away from my dad.
Okay.
So I was just wanting to make my own path. My dad was a concrete foreman.
Okay.
So he was, he was the elite of, because he kind of grew up in the old school concrete foreman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like we have the old school boot camp.
Yeah.
They had the old school concrete. So he grew up in that era, and he's the last of the Mohicans. There's only a few other people that can attest to the type of brutality that they went through in order to make it to where they were as concrete men. So that was kind of my line where I needed to meet. And I never saw myself surpassing that.
Yeah.
So the only way I saw myself surpassing my dad was if I went to the military. I graduated and stuff and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
So my dad was, once he found out, he was like, my son's going to be a Marine.
He's got to fucking graduate high school.
He's you know, it hurts. But he told me one night, he said, you either come back in a box or you don't come back at all.
Jeez, fuck.
And, you know, that at the time I was like, oh, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But now that I look at it, you know, it's, my dad's changed a lot throughout the years. And I'm really proud of him because he's not the man he was. And no matter how much I try to explain that to him, he'll never fully grasp how much he's actually changed.
Yeah. Dude, it's the same thing with my dad. Like when I said the story about how my dad would tell me to be like the white man, I would tell him that exact story, and he's like, "No, mijo, I never did that. I never did that.
Motherfucker, I was there."
He's like, "I never did that, mijo. I never tried to brainwash you like that." I'm like, "Oh no, you fucking did." Okay, and like I love my dad. Like he passed away back in August, and like there was. So like my grandparents, for my family and stuff like that, they raised me and like a lot of my cousins, and we were like the first grandkids, right? And then they came like the second wave of grandkids, and the first wave of grandkids, we got our asses beat. You know, the house better be fucking spotless. You go outside, you ain't coming back in because you're gonna let the fucking cold air out, or you're gonna let the hot air in. Some type of it was
the AC.
Yeah, it was fucking strict. It was like dad got fed first. Mom tried to save us some scraps, but that really never happened. So we had like scrape by. Like I was mixing fucking condiments and shit together trying to get some food, bro. I was fucking hungry. But anyway, you know, like, but when the younger grandkids will go by and visit, and I go visit them too, they're all fucking running around, fucking screaming, making a mess and shit. I'm like,
well, I would have got my ass beat.
I was like, y'all, and I was sitting down like, you don't fucking understand. Like, if I raise my voice a little bit,
done.
Smack outside the fucking. Get your ass outside. I want to fucking see you till the rest of the day. Yeah. But there, yeah. So I would tell him all the time, like, Dad, you changed. You're not the same man. You're not the hard ass no more.
You become softer.
Yeah.
Not softer in a bad way, but like you become
calm,
more compassionate.
Yeah,
I think.
And so like,
I have a better understanding. I know like older people don't like to hear this, but you've matured in a way that I didn't think was possible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially, I think it's really prevalent with Mexicans. I don't really know too much about white people. You know, I've seen Bree's family, and they're white, and I've had their... I don't even want to get into that. So, you know...
They're still struggling to put salt and pepper on their meat. So.
Oh,
right. But, you know, like, so, you know, it's just like with him, you know, my grandmother was the same way, but my grandmother was, like, worse, you know what I'm saying? So, my papa, he was pure Navajo Indian. Pure Navajo. Dude went out with a fucking Budweiser in one hand and fucking joint in the other. Died in his chair. Just, he knew it was coming. Sunday's best.
Damn.
Died just like that. Wow. So, I remember growing up, my grandmother... She was not the opposite of his family, but an alternate side. It wasn't learn the ways of the white man. It was the white man is the devil. He's only here to hurt you. Stay away from the white man. You only need to stick with your own kind. You fucking get to know Mexicans, Native Americans. Those are the only people you can trust. You cannot trust nobody else. So that's how my grandma was. White man's the devil. White man's the devil. White man's the devil. So every time I brought a white person home, I get that fucking motherfucker out of my house. I remember drinking one time. I had a friend I was really good with. I was really good friends with in high school. His name was Brandon. I remember he got really fucked up, and he was more fucked up than I was on my own birthday. And she was like, "Well, if he starts, you know, choking on his own throw up and shit, he dies outside the house." She would tell him, "You drag him out the house. You don't let the white man die in your house. The white man dies. When the white man dies, they die with a vengeful spirit.
Their spirit stays there.
Their spirit stays there because they have vengeful spirits. White man, they're very ugly." That's what my grandma used to tell me. She goes, "You don't let a white man die in your house. You drag him outside." So that way, when they take their last breath, just outside your house. So my grandma used to fucking tell me. So I remember hearing that. So, like... I guess it's like the antithesis to what your family is. Not learn the ways of the white man, separate yourself from the white man. Yeah. Because they cannot be trusted. They're fucking snakes in the grass. They're
well, dude, like you know, my grandparents, both of them, very bilingual, you know, but they would not tell me anything about Spanish. They would not try to teach me Spanish because they didn't want me to speak it. They wanted me to learn English and only English so I can speak to the white man.
See, and my mom,
I had to learn it just by listening to them and like their conversation because they would speak to each other in Spanish, and I just sit there and just listen to them and try to learn it. And then if I try to say something in Spanish, no, Mio, this is how you say it. And they'll change it to English. I'm like,
wow.
My mom was the same way. So growing up, my mom would always tell me, you don't need to know Spanish because people will look at you different. People will look at you like you're a wetback. Mm-hmm. You need to learn English and you need to learn to speak it. Properly. Not just properly, but proficiently. You need to sound like if you're on the phone, people cannot tell whether or not you're white or Mexican, right? And I often run it now because of how I've learned to speak English and the way I present myself. When I'm speaking on the phone at my job, I've been called the cracker motherfucker. I don't know how many times, dude. More times, it's bad. You fucking cracker motherfucker. I'm like, well, shit, man. I'm all right. Hold on. Can you mind? If I place you on hold? I need to check the mail to see if my white privilege card came in. It ain't come in yet. Fuck, man. I guess I got to submit for another one. But
anyway, so back to
you. So, anyways, back to you. So, you were trying to make your own path, and you were trying to become. I guess the way I would explain it, you were trying to become your own man. Mm-hmm. You were trying to show your father, like, look, there's other ways that I can become a man that doesn't follow your path, right?
Yeah.
So I get that. So, MOS, what'd you do in the Marine Corps?
I was in 0311.
So
basic infantry.
Basic infantry. You're a grunt. Why did you choose that?
Because honestly, when I was going to school, and soon after that, I just thought that was BS, and that's all I wanted to do was infantry. Yeah. So I just scored as low as I could in order to get into that position. Yeah. And that's exactly what it got me to.
So when you were in the infantry, how did you enjoy it? Yeah, because I don't know if you were active or if you went reserve side. You know what I'm saying?
I was active, okay. And I got to SOI, and I ended up fracturing my femur.
Okay. Yeah.
So when I was doing that, I ended up going to Lima to rehabilitate, and just going through that process, and I ended up trying to go back to training, and my bones weren't having it. Yeah. So the medic was just like, the doctor, the corpsman was just like, if you end up deciding to go again, if this happens, then you're going to end up with a spiral fracture. And the spiral fracture, you're not going to come back from it. You're going to have assisted walking for the rest of your life. And so he was like, you could either get out now, you can take a medical discharge, it's still honorable. Yeah. Or you can go ahead and try and end up getting an honorable that way. But you'll be in assisted walking for the rest of your life.
Damn, dude. So, all right. So, just for those of you who don't know, every Marine we go to SOI, School of Infantry. But it's broken up into two different sections. So you have MCT, which I went through, which is 28 days. It's a Marine Corps combat training. And then for, Tiberias here, he went through ITB, which is the Infantry Training Battalion, which is longer. From my understanding, I think basic riflemen, y'all go through a month and a half, right? It's a month and a half of training. And then if you are going to be like a machine gunner, a mortarman,
or a sniper.
Something that's a specialized field outside of being a basic grunt. You stay at ITB and continue to learn your MOS, because that's where your MOS school's at. Whereas after I finished MCT, I went to North Carolina to engineer school, Courthouse Bay. So, so you were in ITB, you were fucked up with injuries, and then they were basically just like, hey, you can either complete your injury, have assisted walking, and be in a unit, or you can get out now. Basically.
Yeah, and basically, I felt like crap because I went all that way, and I wanted to go all the way because that saying that my dad kept on telling me was, you either come back in a box or you don't come back at all. So that kept on playing off in my mind, and I was just like, you got to stop.
Yeah.
The only mentality this is going to get you is in a box.
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
So I was, God had other plans for me. I have a beautiful wife and 3 kids.
Yeah.
And I'm content with my life, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
And it's so. I know motherfuckers that wind up getting out while we were in boot. There was a dude. Yeah, and the funny part was he got shin splints. Like fucking really bad shin splints. Like they were fucked.
Yeah, and everybody's like, "Oh, shin splints."
Fuck no, dude.
No,
he said that's probably some of the worst fucking pain he's ever fucking experienced in his life. So he ended up, staying back a rotation 2 for the recruit training because we were the Delta, and he wound up staying back and tried to let his shin splints heal. They healed, but he wound up trying to go back. So this was during second phase. He tried to wind up going back and trying to get through second phase. Shin splints happened again. So they wind up telling him, "Hey, like, you gotta get out." Which is crazy because he wound up becoming a fucking MMA fighter, which is insane. But it just sometimes the whole training and everything. What people don't understand, it's really grueling on your body.
Yeah, and like for years after I got out, my mom was like, you need to go to the VA, see what you can get. I was like, I don't rate it.
Right.
I don't.
Well, because in your mind you're thinking like, I don't rate that.
I didn't fucking earn it.
Right.
Well,
I mean, in either way, you graduated boot camp. You're still a fucking Marine.
I graduated boot camp. I graduated as a squad leader. So as a squad leader, I was able to hold the box of EGAs.
Yeah.
And actually, march in formation behind my drill instructor, with the box of EGAs, and he got them, and he actually handed them off to the Marines.
Yeah.
And that's something I'll never forget.
Yeah.
But yeah, I graduated and I went through SOI, and it was just, it was grueling. Some people's bodies aren't meant to handle it, and it's kind of tough to say because, I wanted to, so bad to graduate and go out there and just, well, not graduate, but to graduate SOI.
Yeah, and go to your fucking, go to a unit. Yeah, be a part of a fucking infantry battalion.
Be a part of the fleet,
Yeah.
Everybody was like, the fleet's a myth. In Lima, they were like, the fleet's not real. The fleet's a myth.
No, that bitch is real shit. That bitch is real shit.
So, I mean, in my mind, I was like, I don't rate it, Mom. But coming from her, she was like, that took, in boot camp, I spent 6 months in boot camp.
Yeah.
3 months longer than anybody else because I had an injury. And then I also spent a year and a half in SOI. Longer than anybody else that is supposed to. Not longer than anybody in particular, but the standard time you're supposed to go into there.
Yeah.
So, just time alone, I made Lance Corporal.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, I got awarded my Lance Corporal while I was in Lima because of the time I had already served an active.
Damn, so you picked up Lance fucking, like, time in service.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
So, I mean, that's what my mom was coming to whenever she was saying, you gave your time to this country more than what some people would you ever dream of. Some people are like, oh, I was going to go to the Marine Corps. Oh, I was going to go to the Army.
Yeah.
But what?
I
actually went. I actually graduated. I actually went to SOI.
You still earned the fucking title of Marine, which, regardless of how your path
or deployment or anything.
Right. Regardless of what path the Marine Corps winded up taking you on, which in your instance was a lot of medical issues, you still earned the title of Marine. You still fucking held steadfast, and you fucking earned that title, which is not hard. It's not easy. No. I'll tell anybody right fucking now. If anybody thinks they can just walk into Marine Corps boot camp and just fucking pass,
it's a mentality.
It's you're gonna struggle one of two ways. You're either gonna struggle mentally or you're gonna struggle physically. Mm-hmm. Okay, the people who are mentally strong, it's the physical side that fucks with them, and for the people who are fucking physically strong, it's always the mental side.
And see, with my dad, he was kind of hard. He was hard on us, growing up. But it was just the fact that, you are men. I'm raising men.
Yeah.
Which a lot of this generation doesn't have.
Yeah.
To be blunt. But, it's my dad, that's the reason why a lot of the yelling and screaming didn't get to me.
Right.
Because I was like, well, you can't do anything worse than my dad's done to me.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
Millions of Marines have gone through the same training and are still alive today. Most, not all. But definitely, it's just that thought, I didn't rate it or I didn't earn it was holding me back. That mentality, I didn't. I was kind of.
You were in your own head about what it is that you did or didn't deserve, because I think a big misconception is that in your mind you're like, okay, I went through Marine Corps boot camp and I didn't necessarily get to finish ITB. I don't rate as much as somebody who's done 4, 5, 6 fucking deployments.
Tours, yeah.
Somebody who's been to Iraq twice, somebody who's been to fucking Afghanistan 3 times. I don't rate that. I'm just a fucking boot. Yeah. Why should I rate the same thing as somebody who is so fucked up after giving damn near everything that they have, and they're actually fucked up, not just physically but mentally? Why do I get to rate the same as that? Mm-hmm. So you were in your head about that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, physically, you still put in the work. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But your body's just not built quite the same as most people. Your body. Because the thing is, like, people understand we're only human. You know what I'm saying? As much as I like to fucking fantasize about being this fucking Super Saiyan, as much as I like to one day, I'm fucking working out, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna fucking be a Super Saiyan God. I'm a fucking Ultra Instinct, Ultra Ego. I'm gonna fucking be just like Vegeta. Yeah. Fucking, as much as I sit there and play with the cat, fucking God, bitch. You know what I'm saying? We're only human.
Yeah.
And our bodies can only take so much. So, I'm glad that you decided to go to the beginning.
Oh yeah, and there's so much you can learn, just from going to the chow hall. When you're in the chow hall, they say it's butt to nuts. Mm-hmm. You're as close as possible.
Nut to butt.
Yeah.
Broke right here.
And then you keep your head at a 45-degree angle. You never look up. Whenever you walk, your arms are close to your sides. Mm-hmm. Whenever you go to a kneeling position to shoot, you're always sitting on one leg.
Yeah, you sit on your foot.
Yeah.
Well, it's because butt to nut, you want to be as close as possible whenever you're going into action. 45-degree angle, if somebody shoots you in the head, it's going to hit your Kevlar because you're looking at a 45-degree angle and it's going to ricochet off. It's not going to go through your Kevlar and through your head.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah, you know,
That's the idea.
They're not fucking shooting steel cores. Like, well,
you know,
I
your
guess
arms close. Everything has a reason.
Yeah.
Whenever you know, you don't know it at first. You're just
No.
like, this is a whole bunch of bull crap that I have to do.
Yeah.
You know, but it's everything's just made to make you a better Marine.
Mm-hmm.
yep.
And you will only see that at the end goal.
Yep.
Once you make it. And I'm glad I made it because I see that the reason for everything.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that, you know, went through boot camp but, you know, ended up quitting.
Yeah.
That I know this one guy that went to our workouts whenever I was a poolee, and he never finished boot camp. But he had his windbreaker, his USMC windbreaker, his green windbreaker,
Yeah.
everything, you know. And he was, you know, flagging it like
Touting about like he fucking graduated.
yeah, and he didn't even make it through boot camp.
Yeah.
You know, so when I was looking at myself, I'm like, I'm just one step ahead of this guy.
Yeah.
But no, it's not one step. It's a freaking leap.
Yeah, leaps and bounds,
It's
bro. Leaps
it's
and
a whole
bounds.
ocean. It's
Yeah.
it's a whole boundary that you can never hope to get to. Until
Right,
you
because
do
this
that.
motherfucker, you know, when you die, you know, and it's gonna happen, you know, not trying to be ugly, but, you know, death comes for us all.
It's never.
You know, yeah, it's inevitable, right? we're fucking gonna die one day, you know, one day I'll be rotting in the ground, you know.
And
It's
be
like,
like, damn, at least I had some screwball in my life.
right, goddamn, you know what I'm saying?
I had
Fucking,
some peanut butter whiskey.
right. But, you know, your fucking grave will say Marine.
Oh yeah.
Because the thing is that, you know, you can't be an Army. You can't be an Air Force. You can't be a Navy. You're a Marine. You can be a fucking Marine. And that's what you are. You're a fucking Marine.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of, again, what life took you down. Because life happens to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's life. You're still a fucking Marine.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that can never be taken from you. Regardless.
And my rifle, you know, freaking the halls of Montezuma, it's
Yeah.
printed, you know. So I after all these years, you know, I've matured and I've learned more and I've understood more, and it's made me, you know, to be able to talk to people about that. You know, before I was like, you know, yeah, I was in the Marines, but let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
Right.
But
yeah.
like, besides, like, they'd be like, you know, where'd you tour? Or, you know, I was Camp Pendleton. Furthest I ever got was in California.
Yeah.
But that's further than a lot of people have ever gone.
Yeah.
And that's what I didn't get through my mind.
Well, yeah, because I think in a way you felt guilty, like maybe perhaps you felt like you were giving up on yourself.
Yeah.
And again, medical injuries can happen to anybody, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the human body can only fucking handle so much, dude. Like, honestly, it really can. So, dude, you know, again, you know, fucking you became a Marine, and that's just, you know, what it is. You're a fucking Marine. So, moving past your military career, you know, you have a wife, have kids, you know, what are you doing now? You know what I'm saying? I know for a while you were running your own business, you know, fixing electronics and doing things of that nature. I remember you hitting me up about that. I remember talking to you about that. So, you know, elaborate on that. You know, what are you doing now? Where are you at now in life?
Yeah, I ended up opening up Ty's Electronic Repair.
Right.
And I'd fix PS4s, Xbox Ones, and I'd fix the motherboards, the HDMIs, and I had a micro soldering gun and a microscope and everything. And, you know, I enjoyed it, but I found myself putting more of my own money into it.
Yeah.
Because I would diagnose something and it was something more.
Yeah.
But it's something that, you know, I wasn't upfront about it. It wasn't because I was being deceptive, but it was because I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
So I would end up paying for that repair.
Yeah.
And I ended up losing a lot of money because I'm not a jerk. I'm not trying to blow anybody off. You know, and I was doing that, and I still do it. I still have most of my equipment, but you know, now I'm actually going to school for my associates in applied sciences for automotive technology. So light diesels, hybrid vehicles, electric vehicles, gasoline vehicles. I'm learning to work on all of it.
It's pretty dope.
You know, it's so many people are getting screwed over by mechanics.
They are.
There are some small, you know, local mechanics, but they get overshadowed, and people aren't really knowledgeable.
Yeah.
In that area.
It's because a lot of people have the same association with just any business in general. Oh, mom and pop, or should I go brick and mortar? And most people tend to go brick and mortar because, oh well, it's well known, it's name brand. You know, they're more likely to give me better service than the mom and pop, which is a big misconception in my opinion. You know, just.
Well, like we were talking about earlier with Woody's being a mom and Paul type liquor store, with
exactly.
Jerry having his All Guns Blazing at the mom and Paul store,
right? But they're having to compete with. Okay, so Woody's having to compete with Specs, Docs, whatever their major liquor store there is. You know, All Guns Blazing having to compete with places like Cabela's, Academy, stuff like
Sharpshooters.
You know, and even then, I think Sharpshooters is more. You would still consider that more mom and pop, but like
it's a heavy mom and pop.
It's top tier mom and pop, like almost damn near fucking
brick and mortar. Almost.
But you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where it's hard to compete with that because not a lot of people are not. You're only knowledgeable about the things you're knowledgeable about.
And see, and that's what I think. Word of mouth, especially for mom and pop places, for you know, personal businesses like that, the word of mouth goes so much further for them than any advertisement really does.
Yeah.
Because like my wife's uncle, he works for the city, but he also has his own little mechanic shop. He drives around in a van and helps people with his cars, and he has his own little business doing that. Anything wrong with my car, I go to him. People have problems with their car, I recommend him because I'm like, hey, this guy will not overcharge you. I can vouch for him because he's worked on my car plenty of times, and he will not bullshit you. He has that whole little diagnostic tool shit, and he will show you. So, hey, this is what's wrong with it. Yeah, he's like, hey, this is what's wrong with your car. This is the part we need. And he's like, hey, I'm gonna order this part for you. It's $500. Don't look at it. No, he would be like, hey guys, I can get this for you for this much price. I just gotta charge you so much for labor. You know what I mean? And he will not bullshit you. That's why I always recommend him for, you know, let's say, hey, a buddy of mine, hey, my car is going gung, 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 gung. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with it. Bro, I don't know that much about cars, but I know somebody who does. Let me give you his number and you can go talk to him. But that's the whole word of mouth thing. I think that's way more valuable for the mom and paws, for the small businesses, than any brick and mortar commercial fucking advertisement you see on, I would say TV, but most of that's kind of outdated nowadays.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, there's more ads on fucking YouTube than there are fucking TV now. But yeah, I think that's fucking awesome, dude. It's, you know, you're taking a leap of faith of the electronic stuff. I know how to solder, I know how to do some of that kind of stuff, but it's still kind of way out. I'm more of a hobbyist than being able to fix somebody else's shit. My son, on the other hand, he had a 360 that had the whole Ring of Death shit.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, bro, it's dead. It's fucking dead, bro. And he's like, I can fix it. I'm like, all right, bro. It's your game console. You do what you want with it. He sure did. He took it apart and fucked with it. And he's like, I got it working. It's good to go. I was like, oh, okay. And is it really working? Or do I got to buy you another Xbox?
Yeah.
You got it working. It works just fine now. So I'm like, maybe you have a career in this or something, dude. But no, he wants to join the military. So more power to him.
Yeah, and with the mom and pop stuff and the brick and mortar companies, it's becoming more apparent with bigger companies like Tesla.
Oh yeah.
Or with Chevy, with them going to EV vehicles, because these electronic vehicles, not only can you just, you know, you can't just replace a headlight. these headlights have modules in them and cameras, and anything that you take off needs to be recalibrated. And the only way to recalibrate these headlights and assisted driving modules and everything else is to go to an actual dealer. So a lot of this stuff that I'm learning, the only ones who can do it are the dealers.
Yeah.
Which is really scary because they'll charge you an arm and a leg and not blink twice about it.
Because I hear, like, to replace the battery in the Tesla, like, what, $10,000?
Dude, it's like $25,000. Because those batteries are like a ton to 2 tons each. They weigh.
God damn.
And with the whole electronic grid would have to change in order to put up with the charging of EV vehicles in every household.
Oh, yeah.
Not only that, they're not thinking about insurance. Getting hit by a Tesla, those weigh as much as like a 3,500 truck because of the battery that is inside of them.
I didn't think that they weighed that much.
Yeah, they weigh a lot more.
It's not just like a single, it's multiple batteries, dude.
The batteries are
like the whole car, the whole bottom
the
car.
whole
Literally,
bottom.
yeah.
The reason why Teslas are so like they're high on safety is because they won't flip over. They're bottom heavy, so you hit one sideways, it's gonna.
Yeah, just
It's not gonna flip. It's not gonna do anything like that.
Apparently the cameras don't fucking work. So, I want to just bring up a quick thing. So he's talking about how much you say for replaced batteries? $25,000.
About
You're spending $195 for an oil change on a Ferrari, right? Ferraris, they're expensive.
yeah.
Would you rather pay $195,000, or would you rather pay $25,000 for
Battery
change, or would you rather pay $195 for an oil change on a Ferrari?
Yeah, Ferrari wins.
and see, both of them they both degrade. Battery life degrades on a lithium ion battery.
And people talk about how efficient the battery is and shit. That I'm like, dude, how long does your fucking cell phone battery last?
And you charge this for a good year, not even overcharging it. You charge it, it's still going to degrade.
Yeah. Yep. They last, what, 2-3 years, give or take? You get to a point that I've known so many people who, like, basically have landlines, but they have to have their phone on the charger constantly.
Check it out.
Just to keep it on the charger.
So I think I've had this phone maybe just a bit over a year, right? I've hardly really touched my phone today. 79%. Not really touching my phone.
Yeah.
Like, I think I played a little bit of music while we were in the car, sent Bree a couple text messages, got on Facebook, maybe. Right. Got on Facebook maybe just, a little bit, but 79%. But that's over the course of a year. When I first got this phone,
all the bells and whistles.
Oh, all the bells and whistles. Couple days without having to charge it. Yeah. No problem. Now, dude, if I'm like constantly using my phone, if I'm on, some games and stuff like that, dude, by the time it's coming around to bedtime, 20%.
Oh, yeah.
Having to put it on low battery power mode because I'm like, okay, I gotta watch this YouTube video. Low power mode. Let me close out everything. Make sure nothing's running in the background. Gotta fucking try to save this battery as much as possible.
And see, like, a lot of people's misconception on how much pollution one puts out over another. The catalytic converters inside of gasoline-powered vehicles, it eliminates so much emissions. The emissions on vehicles is so strict nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
You can't even get a inspection done with a newer vehicle.
Yep.
With the DEF added in diesels and stuff and whatnot. They're not as like they don't run longer. The MPGs are a little bit lower because of the DEF and stuff and whatnot. But I'm just learning about diesels, and already it's like the diesels that are made nowadays are a whole lot worse than the diesels that were made, 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But
because the motor, I mean, here's the thing, because people, okay, all right, this is a big misconception. So most people, when they think diesel, they think big ass trucks, right?
Yeah.
Big ass trucks, like 3,500 and above, right? Which, I mean, 3,500 is really the biggest you can get. But people don't realize, right? So Volkswagen, right? People think Volkswagen, they think safety, they think fuel efficient. Dude,
Volkswagen
diesels. Have, like, your Jettas, your fucking GTIs. Those are diesel motors.
And those are so expensive.
They're
the glow plugs in them are like $500 a piece.
They're expensive as fuck.
The fuel rail on gasoline vehicles operates maybe 35 to 45, 50 psi. Anything lower than that, then it doesn't have enough psi to blow into the combustion chamber. Well, with a diesel vehicle, they're anywhere from 1,500 to 2,500 psi.
Jesus fuck.
Because it has to blow diesel. It has to push diesel into the cylinder while the piston's coming up to top dead center.
Right. And that's why, like, so when you talk about, like, performance vehicles, right? And you're sitting there talking about, when you talk about PSI, typically I think, turbos, right? So if you're running a turbo on a gasoline-powered vehicle, typically you'd want to run anywhere between, like, 10, maybe 13, 15 high-end for PSI, right? If you're going above that, you're talking about fucking like a turbo diesel. Flat out, because you're putting a lot of stress on the fucking on the pistons and on the internals inside of a fucking regular standard gasoline fucking motor, as opposed to they're not the same.
The way that they're
to have to handle. That's why you see, like, a lot of people, like, they'll be like, oh yeah, I got a fucking WRX STI, but I'm running 21 pounds of boost. Jesus fuck, kid, are you trying to blow your car up?
Yeah.
That's why they have so many issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to know where the limits are on the internals. Even if you have even if you have fucking forged heads, forged pistons, even still, with that being said, dude,
you have these kids that are just pushing on the gas.
Yeah, you're pushing so much fucking pressure to the internal combustion on the fucking motor. So if you want to run that high of a fucking, PSI on your fucking turbo, get a diesel.
And a lot of those blocks are made out of aluminum.
Yeah, aluminum heads. You got fucking aluminum heads. They're fucking ported. And
it's over. You gotta get a whole new engine.
Yeah.
But the whole thing with gasoline and EV vehicles is the lithium-ion batteries, the mining.
Yes.
The sheer mining
it takes just to
those.
That's so bad for the environment.
So much more.
So they talk all this shit about gasoline-powered vehicles. Oh, they do this much in pollution, but, like, do you understand the effect that mining for lithium fucking takes a toll on the environment? That's, like, way worse than if you combined every single gas-powered vehicle in the fucking world. Not just the United States, the world.
If you have a vehicle that runs off of gas going by the emission standards that you have today,
right,
it should be leaking nothing more than water.
Right.
Because the catalytic converter, most of those things are located so close to the engine, they only work when they're hot.
Yeah.
So if they're located a little bit further, they usually have glow plugs in order to get them hot and working. That's why when you turn on a vehicle, you'll smell gas. It's because your catalytic converter is still cold. Yeah. But after a while, that smell will go away. The emissions will go away. And the electrical grid just isn't ready for EV vehicles.
Oh no!
No, I mean,
California was like they wanted all EV vehicles, and then later on they were like nobody charged their cars.
Yeah, they have blackouts. Our
electronic grid is going to go down.
Well,
they have rolling blackouts for like months.
Here's the thing. I mean, you look at Texas, right? I've seen around here a couple of fucking Teslas. I don't think I've seen any of the Audi, the e-trons. Yeah. I haven't seen any of those yet. I've seen a bunch of Teslas though, right? Dude, everyone goes to Best Buy to charge their Tesla.
Yeah.
Everybody. I don't think anybody, because I looked at what it costs, to have the power station installed in your house, plus the solar panels. Dude, Jesus fucking Christ.
And all those ads that are like, oh, you don't even have to pay for it.
Fuck that.
No, you're going to have to pay for it one or the other. Nobody gives anything out for free.
Right.
Not even the government.
So, my friend, he sold solar for a little bit, right? But his whole sell to them was, obviously he's a salesman. Mm-hmm. He had to sell it to them. Hey, you're going to pay for this for the next 15 years, but the amount of money you'll save as opposed to like what you're creating in electric, as opposed to what you're paying in electric, you're going to save this much money. Mm-hmm. This is what you're going to save. And it's like, he tried to get me on that board. And I was like, I don't know if I can sell that because I actually know, and I'm an honest person. I'll be honest with you. Like, yeah, okay, maybe in 50 years you'll be good. You're not going to get over ahead of this for the next 30. For the next 30, as much as you're paying for that loan for that particular solar panel or so many solar panels you have on your house.
Solar power isn't even they haven't perfected it yet.
No, not even close. Not even close. It's still if you look at the history of technology, it's still by these standards, it's still relatively new.
Yeah,
it's still relatively new.
I mean, it wasn't until I think 2 weeks ago, whenever they first had the first self-sustaining fusion that happened at the Ignition building, and I forgot where that place is, but they put in like 2 loads of like particles colliding, and it came out with 3. And they were like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah,
it's we're that much closer to fusion energy.
Yeah,
and the thing with fusion energy is it doesn't give out any emissions.
No, yeah, like any negative effects.
It might give out like radiation, but today's hybrid EV vehicles give out radiation, whether you like it or not. It's very low, but. There was a whole scare with 5G.
Yeah, dude. Oh God! Don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on that.
It'd be a whole nother episode.
I have a story for you for that.
Looks like I'm gonna be back.
Yeah, we might have to have him back because we're pushing really long for this episode. I'm gonna definitely have to break this up into a couple of parts. But we're definitely have to have him back to talk about. We gotta have a whole conspiracy episode. We really need to.
No, you don't want to get me started on conspiracies.
we gotta have. No, we should do like a whole series. We gotta have a whole like month series on just conspiracies.
Hey, dude, that's what I mean.
That would be fun. That would be really fun.
Atlantis, Bigfoot.
Aliens, man.
Aliens,
bro. Don't even start on aliens.
Has to be
the ones over in Las Vegas, this like past month.
Oh, yeah.
The lights are actually shining in the freaking clouds.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can do the haircut. Hold on, let me see.
Oh.
Aliens. Aliens. Just
if my hair wasn't in a braid, I probably could do it.
But it's oh my god, and all this stuff they put in movies first.
Oh yeah, bro.
They put it in movies.
Fucking COVID was in a fucking movie before the whole fucking COVID thing came out, and they called it COVID.
You know what's crazy? Because so Brie actually did a paper. So COVID has always been a thing.
Yeah, it's always.
So she did a paper on COVID, and she actually had published it professionally for her school. Yeah. Right? Talking about what if this was weaponized. And everybody had fucking called her crazy. They're like, you're crazy. No one could ever weaponize it.
Because it doesn't it happen in cows? So they have a vaccine for cows that's COVID.
So I can't remember specifically what her paper stated, but COVID-19, so it's COVID-19 SARS-1 was the original thing is what it was called. And so what we've experienced throughout the world is COVID-19 SARS 2.
Yeah.
Like, so she wrote a whole paper about it, right?
Dude, okay, but
and then when it happened, she was like, I fucking wrote a fucking paper about this.
No, dude, there is a movie. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
But there's a movie at the end of the movie, towards the end of the movie. It's kind of like the Contagion movie, but it's something else. At the end of the movie, this lady, she's like she fucking studies viruses and shit that she says there's going to be a coronavirus, and they fucking say it. There's going to be a coronavirus that's going to shut down the world's economy. Like, they go through fucking everything, and then like a 5-minute clip of what happens that we fucking went through.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? They called out every COVID-19, coronavirus, government shutdowns, all of everything, bro. They called out all of it, and they even called out the Delta variant, all the other fucking variants, in like a 5-minute clip.
Dude.
And I was like, dude, and this movie came out in like 2010.
Yes. So Brie had me watch a movie like that. I gotta ask her about the title, and then I'll let you know. But I remember her making me watch this fucking video. Dude, homeboy is rolling around with like this fucking, basically it was like an air inflated suit. It was like a self-sustaining air suit, and he was a fucking reporter. And his friend was somebody who worked for the CDC. Mm-hmm. And the whole world went to shit. I can't remember what the movie was called. But I remember watching this. She was like, Brie was like, I wrote a paper about it. I called it. That it was going to originate in China. Mm-hmm. She's like, I fucking called it. I fucking tried to tell everybody. Nobody wanted to listen to me. And apparently she has it published on the Texas Tech website. She has it published there. And I was like, holy fuck. Right? So when she told me about this, I was like, no, you didn't write that paper. No. She showed me, pulled up the paper, and I was like, what?
Yeah,
No.
dude, there's so much evidence before COVID about COVID. It makes no fucking sense of how this was the new thing and nobody fucking knew about it. Nobody knew how dangerous it was going to be. Plenty of fucking people knew about it.
Yeah.
And I don't believe it came from an accidental spill in a lab. I don't believe that bullshit. I don't believe it came from bats. No, this was a weapon.
I don't know, man. Like,
I believe this was a weapon.
I could definitely believe that it came from bats. Chinese people eat a lot of shit, bro.
They do eat some weird shit.
You ever had frog legs?
Yes. No, I've had frog, but not frog legs.
Frog legs, good. They're so. Brie doesn't want me to eat them, but they're so good. Fucking tender.
We need to have a whole series on
conspiracies and shit. And we will.
No, trust me. I've been asked that plenty of times when I tell people about the show. You want to talk about conspiracies?
Well,
like,
we will.
Yet,
we can.
Not yet. We got to have some guests back on, because there's plenty of guests we've had that have plenty of conspiracy theories.
Hey man, I wear a fucking tinfoil hat underneath this hat.
I have one installed underneath my
the aliens, man.
Wrapping it up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
All right, let's wrap it up, guys. Thank you guys so much for sticking around for this episode. It's been many parts. I'm not sure how many parts I'm going to break this up into.
Either way, we appreciate you guys coming by. We know this was a bit of a longer episode.
But it was fun.
It was definitely fun, 100%, dude. We got to try the agave, which is fucking great.
It was delicious.
The peanut butter fucking
delicious.
Shit, dude. God
we
damn.
got to have 2 different types of beers, some sea salt, and one described as a fart.
Hey, I like the Trailmix beer,
It
dude.
was a fart.
I love this shit. I honestly might buy a 6-pack from my
It's
house.
a seasonal one, so you might want to...
Hey.
I'm honestly surprised I even got through it.
Hey, because you're a fucking man. You're a man, and you finished your beer as a man.
Yeah. So it's been a really good time. It's been fun. I've needed this. It's been a stressful week.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
It's definitely been a stressful week. We definitely need to have him back on. Like I was saying earlier, guys, well, I think I said on the liquor review, we have our own Discord. Jump on there, guys.
Yeah.
The link for that will be down below. You can jump on there, talk to us about conspiracy theories, your own conspiracy theories.
Any subject you want us to talk about, just let us know in the Discord.
Yeah.
It gives you a more direct messaging path as opposed to the official email or any other any other like social media platform we have. You can directly message on the Discord, and that can be addressed. Of course, Nathan will be controlling the Discord, and he can message and talk to you guys. So that's always a good thing.
I need to get you on it too, though. But anyway, so go check that out. Make sure to check out Fabian's Twitch channel. Link for that will be down below. Want to throw in that plug, buddy?
Yep. So that's twitch.com/RPGs. If you can't find it that way, just type in RPGs. It's the Mexican guy in the Fortnite llama suit. You'll see me.
With the white lady.
With the white lady in an Eeyore outfit. You'll see it, man. Don't even fucking sweat it.
Or guys, just go down to the description. There's a link straight to
There's a fucking link directly to our Twitch. Go and follow us. I know I haven't been live in like a month, but I've been trying to get all my streaming set up. Like, I have a new streaming setup, and I'm trying to make sure that everything's good before I go live and proceed forward with that. So
yeah. So again, follow us guys on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Yeah, all of them. And get on that Discord, guys. Check out our merch store. Remember, use promo code NEWME10 for the last bit of the month for 10% off.
And then go and check out Spartan Mounts, our first sponsor.
Yeah.
They make fantastic products.
All the stuff you see up on the wall is all them, guys. Most of this was bought out of pocket. They is not shit that they sent me to review for you guys. This is out of pocket, and then I love their stuff so much that
we believe in the product that they are you know, providing to us.
And that's just about everything, guys. Really appreciate y'all for sticking around. Next week we will be finishing up the Devil's River with Rye.
Yes.
This better be fucking good.
I hope so.
This better be fucking good after all my trouble getting this.
Yeah. And then, of course, thank you, Tiberias, for being on the fucking podcast. You were definitely fucking awesome, man.
We're definitely going to have you on again.
Yes, 100%. Definitely got to have you on again. Appreciate you bringing the fucking screwball. Initially, we were very scared.
Dude, I was scared as shit.
Yeah, he literally messaged me right after. He's like, what the fuck is screwball? I'm scared. But, dude, I appreciate you coming out here, you know, telling your story and shit, man. You know, it takes a lot to talk about what you talked about.
Yeah.
And, you know, hey, man. Dude, I'm fucking happy to know you, dude. I'm glad to have you on. So, yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Exactly, sir.
So, with that being said, we're going to wrap up this episode of Blue Collar Shock. Of course, we have Tiberias, we have Nathan, and of course, your dirty, dirty Mexican friend, Dirty, Dirty Sanchez. Remember to make fucking war loudly and to make love silently. Or
that was the other way.
Vice versa. Whatever you want. Just wear a fucking condom. Dad advice. Dad advice.
And
wear a condom. Wear a condom.
Wear a condom.
Wear a condom.
Unless she's fixed.
No, still wear a condom. You don't want child support. Trust me. I know. Okay?
Okay. Whatever, guys. We'll see you guys next week. And thank y'all so much.